Good day or good morning and salam sejahtera, okay, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on artificial intelligence tools, academic writing. We are delighted to have here today and excited to explore this exciting subject together. Okay, the publication webinar is in conjunction with the Penang International Conference in Hospitality 2023, which is hosted by the Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, UITM Penang branch. So this webinar is jointly organized, okay, by our Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management and Department of Research, Industrial Committee and Alumni Penang branch. So Perpustakaan Tun Abu Razak. We are fortunate today to have two prominent speakers. Okay, they are Associate Professor, Chemist Yong Sun Kong and Madam Anita Adnan. They both bring a wealth of knowledge and experience to the information. The webinar is divided into two sections, morning and afternoon. Session, we will have Associate Professor, Chemist Dr. Head of Ethics and Publication Unit, Research Management Center, KUITM Shahana. Expert in journal publication with many years of experience in academic writing and has been widely recognized for his contribution to the in the afternoon session. We have Madam Anita Anand. She is the founder of the Doctorate Support Group and is the authorized reseller of AI tools designed for. Throughout the webinar, our speakers will share their insight on artificial intelligence tools, writing, and discuss the latest trends and development in the topic. They will also be taking questions from the audience. So please feel free to participate and share your thoughts and questions with us. Please write your questions in the chat box. As a starter, okay, please welcome the Honorable Professor Technologist Dr. K. Dora Abugani, Deputy Rector, Department of Research, Industrial Committee and Alumni Network, UITM Pulau Pinang branch. Okay, please give her a round of applause.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and good morning everyone. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, my good friend, Dr. Anderson Ngalambong from the Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, Cawangan Pulau Pinang. The Honorable Associate Professor Dr. Hashim Fazil Arifin, Head of Study Center, Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, UITM, Cawangan Pulau Pinang. Madam Hayati Mohtaram, Deputy Librarian, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak, Cawangan, Pulau Pinang. Distinguished speakers, Associate Professor Chemist Dr. Yong Sun Kong, Head of Ethics and Publication Unit, Research Management Center, Universiti Teknologi Mara Shah Alam. Madam Anita Adnan, Founder of Doctorate Support Group, Authorized Reseller for AI Tools. The committee members of UITM Cawangan Pulau Pinang, representative from UITM, MOU University Partners, ladies and gentlemen. Salam sejahtera, salam UITM di hatiku, salam Malaysia Madani. Alhamdulillah, let us extend our sincere gratitude to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala for allowing us to be here today with His grace. We are delighted to be in this platform to attend the publication webinar titled Artificial Intelligence Tools for Academic Writing. On behalf of the Rector, the Honorable Associate Professor Datuk Insinyur Dr. Ahmad Rashidi Razali, and the executive members, management of UITM Cawangan Pulau Pinang, I am pleased to convey his sincere appreciation to the two distinguished speakers and committee members making this event a success. This publication webinar is in conjunction with the Penang International Conference on Hospitality 2023, organized by the Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, Universiti Teknologi Mara, Pulau Pinang branch. And we are very honored to have two speakers who are field experts, especially in the publication ethics and AI tools. I appreciate your willingness to join us today at this publication webinar knowledge sharing event. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's fast-paced academic world, producing high-quality work can be daunting. The pressure to excel academically while balancing other commitments can be overwhelming. However, AI tools have emerged as a game changer in the field of academic writing. They can assist students and researchers in various ways, such as conducting research, analyzing data, and improving writing quality. The field of artificial intelligence has seen significant advancement in recent years, and it has become increasingly evident that AI can revolutionize various industries, including academic writing. With the help of AI tools, we can significantly improve the efficiency and quality of the writing process from conducting research to proofreading the final draft. By leveraging AI tools, students and researchers can work smarter, not harder, and focus on producing the best possible work. These tools can save time and effort, allowing individuals to devote more time to research, analysis, and critical thinking. Moreover, AI tools can be objectively analyze writing quality, thereby allowing students and researchers to improve their work more efficiently. This webinar is a fantastic platform for us to learn from field experts with years of experience using AI tools in academic writing. Our esteemed panel of speakers will share their insights and knowledge on the subject matter, providing valuable insights into how AI can be leveraged ethically to improve the writing process. In this webinar, the participant will explore several topics on AI applications in academic writing, such as ethical concern about using AI tool, specifically the ethical guideline and standards for using AI tool in academic writing. Other than that, in this seminar, the possibility of AI tools as research assistant will be discussed, which it can analyze vast amount of data to provide credible sources and writing assistance, which can help with grammar, spelling, and style. In this event too, the Quillbot Premium will be demonstrated as an AI tool that can help researchers and students to structure their work logically and coherently. This webinar promises to be an engaging and interactive session, allowing participants to ask questions, exchange ideas, and network with colleagues in the academic community. I hope that you find this webinar informative and inspiring, and that will motivate you to explore many possibilities of artificial intelligence in academic writing. Before I end my speech, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizer of this seminar, Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, UiTM Cawangan Pulau Pinang, and the co-organizers, Perpustakaan Tun Abdul Razak Cawangan Pulau Pinang, and also the Department of Research, Industry, Community and Alumni Network, UiTM Cawangan Pulau Pinang, for making this seminar a success event. I sincerely appreciate the dedicated committee members who have worked diligently to ensure the effective implementation of the event. Job well done, guys. I'm looking forward to the fruitful outcomes of this event. With that, wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Back to you, Dr. Andy.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. K, for the inspiring welcoming remarks. Okay, without further ado, welcome our first speaker, Professor Chemist Dr. Yung Soon, with his topic, Ethics in AI Application for Academic Writing. Okay, the screen is yours.
Okay, very good morning to Dr. K, Dr. Anderson, and also fellow participants who take your time despite of your busy schedule to join this webinar. Well, first of all, let me congratulate the organizing committee for number one, first, realizing the importance and also the recent trend in academic writing. Well, AI has been around with us, but ChatGPT really brings it to another level. So when Dr. Anderson invited me to give such speech, I'm very delighted that finally I got a chance on the floor to speak my mind regarding some issues related to the use of AI, particularly on ChatGPT in research, and also some potential ethical issues that may arise from its misuse. Yeah, it's misuse. Let me put that clearly. Misuse cause ethical issue. Otherwise, AI is just fine. Yeah. So before I continue, let me share my presentation slide. Is that visible? All right, thank you very much. So I will just begin by giving you a little bit of introduction on what I do in RMC. So as you know, I am the head of Ethics and Publication Unit under Research Management Center. We are based in Shah Alam, and my office is in Bangunan Wawasan, not the same office with our boss, Prof. Azhar, our TNCPI. However, majority of the operations is conducted in RMC, and I think all of you are aware that recently we are all very busy trying to prepare our proposals for FRGS application. So please, my fellow colleagues, if you haven't applied and you're eligible, please do apply. Because the more that we apply, the higher chance that we're going to get this grant, yeah? So help your ITM to secure more grants, yeah? Okay, so what I do in RMC, I focus more on publication, and I think in this webinar, we have Dr. Anderson and also Dr. Hashim, who has worked closely with me related to the journal, affairs related to journal. But one more thing is that I also covers a small part related to publication ethics. So from time to time, I also entertain and help colleagues or even postgraduate students to kind of solve problems related to publication ethics as well. So we do it discreetly, and if you have any issues that you need my opinion, please do contact me through my email. We can discuss this matter over, but let me assure you, whatever that discussion related to publication ethics or potential violations, we'll keep it as discreet as possible, yeah? All right, so what I am going to talk about today covers all these 5 points, yeah? So a brief introduction, what is artificial intelligence, and also how AI tools has been like very useful for researcher like you and me. And so we're going to talk a little bit on specifically ChatGPT and how it can be useful for academic writing. And of course, finally, we're going to talk about some potential issues that may arise from the misuse of AI tool, and finally, the conclusion. So before I begin, let me be frank with you. I myself is not really an expert in AI. So that's number one. Well, you know, I am a chemist, not a IT expert. But we do know that in our life as a researcher, we have used a lot of AI tools to help us in conducting research, writing papers, and whatnot. So please enlighten me if you would like to share anything new with me. I'm very open to that idea. In fact, how I work is just like an AI tool. I rely on vast feedbacks from my fellow colleagues like you, so that it can enrich my knowledge and we can make accurate decision related to publication ethics with concern to AI tools. Yeah? So part one, what is artificial intelligence? It is refer to a new technology, okay, and it has the ability to perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence to complete. So you can see that this is like a tool. Yeah, it is not really a living thing, but because of its performance, it is very lifelike. Yeah, so how it functions, it relies on programming. And the way they learn things also takes time. So if you feed them with a lot of information and train them well, they will perform the task almost very perfectly. Yeah. So how it works, it relies on the training itself, just like humans. Yeah. But compared to humans, machines like artificial intelligence tools, they actually can perform a task that would rather much faster as compared to what humans can do. When humans need time to think, they can give you the answer of a calculation like in split second. And of course, because machine is not like humans, where it's prone to make mistake, the accuracy and the precision of their outcome, yeah, or their answers is much more accurate as compared to human. Yeah. So I'm sure you have seen this image before from news from China, where Chinese government, they monitors the every movement of its citizen. So you can see that now, for those who are here who know what is Mandarin, you can see that in the image they have a screen capture of a person, and from that screen AI automatically translate the features or the characteristic of his image. So this is one example of what AI can do for humans, but AI can do much more than that. Yeah. So it is a technology or technique such as machine learning. Okay, so that's one type of AI. Natural language processing, NLP. So this one, the example is ChatGPT. Computer vision, robotics, and also expert system. So what we are going to cover mainly today is about machine learning and natural language processing, because those are the major parts that cover, I mean, that is applicable to academic writing more than the others. Yeah. Okay, so these technologies are used to create intelligent machines that can perform tasks ranging from simple one like recognizing image to complex one like driving a car autonomously. Now AI today, they're still growing, and I think it is no longer a secret that the competition is fierce between the leaders. I would say the leaders today would be between the Chinese and also the Americans. So there are like fierce competition between these two rivals to conquer and also to dominate, yeah, the AI market, I would say. Yeah, because today you can see a lot of tools and apps coming from your own smartphone itself, many of which are developed by these two countries, and whoever wins will going to win the economy in the next generation to come. Yeah. So why this is so important, that is one. But for us, why AI tools is so important? Because we, as an academician, our survival is very much depending on our research output, that's number one, and also our ability to adapt AI tools and incorporate them into our teaching and learning practices. So it's no longer the answer of if we want to use AI tool. The better question is when it's going to happen. So when ChatGPT was first launched in late last year, it caught everybody by surprise. So today we're going to discuss a little bit how AI tools has come to our doorstep and how it impact us. Yeah, it impact us greatly. But many, if you don't know, this is the time for you to catch up. Yeah. So AI technology has advanced very rapidly, but if you don't know, AI actually has been around for years. So I'm sure today we're also going to have some demonstration related to Quillbot, and Quillbot is one example of AI tool. It has been around for many years. Not many people realize it. Yeah. And in fact, our search engine like Google also sometimes is powered by AI, although it's not perfect, but it does powered by that. Yeah. So in the publication process, where AI tools are readily being used as a support, include journal selection, identification of subject matter in a paper, determining if the subject falls within the scope of a journal, reviewer suggestion for peer review, language quality assessment. So this one is the main feature that we have been using today. Text overlap, plagiarism detection, document formatting, as well as assessing the appropriateness of experimental design and statistical analysis. So, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at what this AI tool can do for academic publication, it literally covers the entire 5 stages of our research cycle. Now, for those who don't know how a research cycle works, it begins with the production of a proposal, where you create a problem statement, and then from there you already can use the AI tools to recognize what are the areas that is not yet discovered, and sometimes you can even use AI to recognize pattern of research so that you can recognize and find new research area to continue. So that is, I mean, the very early stage of our research process. So when you come to academic publication in writing, I don't think I need to explain to you more about this one, since today we have Quillbot expert. So that one is one. But people don't know that actually Turnitin is part of the AI technology, where it recognizes text, it matches against the source, and they give you the similarity index that actually exists since 2012. So imagine that it exists far 9 years, I would say, at least 9 or 10 years prior to this year, 2023. So it has been around. We don't realize it, but it's going to be a major player in the academic publication and research in general. So what you can see right here, I picked this image from ditchthattextbook.com. It actually shows a few, 15 to be exact, 15 AI tools for teaching and learning. But I'm sure you have used a few of this for academic writing, for writing papers. Now, I myself use the one in the middle, Grammarly. I use a lot of Grammarly. I force my FYP students to use Grammarly. If they don't use Grammarly, I refuse to read their final year project thesis. Never. Because why? I'm sure you know some students, their language proficiency is not really there. And we're actually the lecturers who is expert in a research field, not their English teacher. But somehow we as lecturer, before the creation of Grammarly, we have to do both. We check the content, we also check the language. So imagine life back then, how hard it is. But since the creation of Grammarly, everything changed. You have more time to check the content, where you can leave the problems related to the language or grammar corrections back to Grammarly, and the student can do it by themselves. But I think the main focus of today's talk is Quillbot, of course, later, but also ChatGPT. So these are the source that you can explore. But I realized that there's another rival of ChatGPT, which is probably even better. I haven't tried myself, but according to ditchthattextbook.com, it says that Perplexity is even better than ChatGPT. I haven't tried, but maybe you should. Why it is better? While ChatGPT can write you a passage or a text for a student, you can write them an assignment. It didn't come with the reference. However, Perplexity, they can work just like ChatGPT, probably not as good, but they also include the references so that the student can escape being accused of misconduct. With citation, it cuts down a lot of the guilt of academic cheating, I would say. Okay, so let me continue with the next one. So example of AI tools for publication. So these are those. I won't go into talk more about Grammarly because I've told you that. Turnitin as well. Well, I haven't used Zotero, but I do use a lot of EndNote. Now, EndNote is a referencing management tool that is given by PITA, the UITM's library, for free. If you haven't have one, go get one. I know there are fans from Mendeley, but I don't blame you. Maybe you like Mendeley, but I am a supporter for EndNote. Manuscript IQ, I haven't used it, but it is said to be like very useful to polish a manuscript so that it's more readable. In a way, it also helps you improve the readability of your manuscript, and also increase the chance of being accepted. Yeah, Ref and Write as well. So if you look at these tools that that is listed to you right here, majority of the AI tools are there to correct the language. Now the market is very big. If you look at the world's writers, you can say that majority of writers do not use English as their first language. So there is a market in terms of having these tools to help their writing. But you see, it's only correcting your language, correct your writing style, but ultimately the content, the novelty, yeah, the novelty of your paper still depends on you and your brilliant mind, yeah. Okay, so we're coming to part 2, AI tools for researcher. It sounds very similar, but let me assure you, this one will cover a broader spectrum of what AI tool has been around for researcher. So I have talked about this NLP, Natural Language Processing Tool. So it is for analyzing and understanding large amount of text data, such as academic papers, for survey responses. So NLP tools such as ChatGPT can be used for tasks such as sentiment analysis, entity recognition, and also topic modeling. So put it simple, ChatGPT, you ask them one thing, you can ask them to do something, simple task, they will do it for you, including writing your emails, writing assignments, no problem, as long as you give them the clear instruction. Okay, next one is machine learning algorithm. Now this one is for analyzing and make prediction or recommendation. Now for engineers, I'm sure UiTM Sawangan Pulau Pinang have an engineering school, so perhaps you have used a lot of software like MATLAB. Expert Design is what I use. They are there to like recognize the pattern and propose the decision for you to make. So like for example, Expert Design, they can take in whatever the experimental conditions, and then they can suggest the best result. Now what I like about Expert Design is that it cuts down a lot of hard work. Sometimes there are data that you don't have to do repetitive analysis. It's just not necessary. Based on the statistics that they have inside, they can tell you, okay, do the very bare minimum and then get the best result coming from as little as possible effort. So that's what Expert Design can do for you. I believe MATLAB also probably is the same, but they recognize more on pattern. Now, for those who don't know what is SciVal, SciVal is developed by Elsevier. And believe it or not, lately what Datuk VC has commented about Field Weighted Citation Index, where did it come from? It's from SciVal, because it recognized what is the strength and also the weakness of UiTM publication. And it did recognize that most of UiTM publication sits on a few research area, and there are a few research area that comes back with high impact. So from there, UiTM has actually made some crucial decision from using SciVal. While UiTM does not subscribe to SciVal, it is very expensive. However, we went all the way to the Ministry of Higher Education where they provide this service for us. So RMC has done a bit of analysis, regarding UiTM research output using SciVal, And of course, from SciVal as well, they also tells you who you should collaborate, because not every friends are equal. Some friends, I mean the collaborators, they are more impactful, they are more visible, and which is why sometimes you can see, like in terms of strategic planning, we also need to work closely with a few partners, a few partners from international level. We don't work with everybody, we work with the best people in the world. That benefits us. And then image recognition tool, as what I've shown you earlier, and a lot of satellite imagery may also be used here. But I think image recognition tool is become more scarier. I believe you have saw the promo video featuring Dr. Anderson using deepfake. Well, it looks very interesting, but I haven't used one myself. But there are a lot of concern as well. But we won't go there, because I believe image recognition tool is not much of an issue when it comes to academic publication, I believe. Okay, data visualization tool. Now this one creates charts, graphs, and also visualization that make it easier for reader to understand complex data. And I can say to you that some of this data visualization tool is so realistic that sometimes you can put ridiculous images on the internet. So that's why we need to be a bit concerned. Some of this AI tool, at one point, they can reach to a level that it can fake an image altogether. it, I believe probably we reached to that level. From my research, I found out that there's one image that people have created. They just type into AI tool and they ask that the AI to create an image, realistic image of an animal playing basketball. And what comes up looks very real to me. Is there any way that we can distinguish whether it's fake or not? I really don't know. So AI tools today are so advanced that they can really do that. Yeah. Okay, and lastly, AI-powered search engine. So this one, nothing new. Google Scholar has been around, but nowadays Bing, Bing, developed by Yahoo, they were the first, to announce that they are powered by AI in their search engine. So things nowadays they're becoming more advanced, and we should really embrace this technology to assist us, and boost our output in terms of research. Okay, so now before I start with ChatGPT, I was just wondering, is there any questions so far? I believe I would like to stop for a while in case there are some questions. If there is no question, then let me continue. Let me continue to the next part. Part 3. How is ChatGPT useful for academic writing? Okay, now here are the examples. The examples that how you can use ChatGPT for writing academic papers, and I will concede. This whole text, I asked ChatGPT, and I asked ChatGPT how it can help me writing academic papers. So this whole text is completely generated by ChatGPT. So here it goes. Number 1, if you're running out of idea and you don't know what to write, you can just ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, what is new? What is a trending research area nowadays? It literally can tell you that. It tells you what are the trending and what is the emerging research area that you can focus on. So just give them a few keywords related to your research and they can give you that. Now, number 2, clarifying concepts. ChatGPT can help you understand complex concepts or terminology in your field. If you struggle, well, what not, if you have textbook, they have a lot of jargons that you probably cannot pick up. You're new to the area and you don't know what they're talking about. No worries. Just ask ChatGPT what that area is about. It literally converts a passage that are so technical, that are so difficult to understand, into a passage, shorter version with layman's term that is easier to digest. So how ChatGPT can be useful, I believe, instead of academic writing, I think ChatGPT is a wonderful tool for writing news article or communication for general public. So I believe ChatGPT can be more useful in that aspect rather than academic writing. Now, next one, definitely it can check your grammar and syntax. It can correct the passage and make it more readable. Now, at one point, ChatGPT also can improve the style and tone. Now, this one is incorporated in Grammarly. Sometimes if you want to write in a way that you are a professor, the language is more formal, and this AI tool can do that. ChatGPT can do that, although they are more into general public, so that its passage can be more readable and understandable by the general public. And lastly, referencing and citation. Now, many people don't know how we can artificially boost impact. Some papers, they are more impactful with some inorganic intervention from humans. Now, you can use AI tool to recognize what are the trending keywords in the world, in the research world. So you can actually compose your passage in a way that you put all these keywords strategically in your articles, and turns out that your article may becomes more discoverable and more citations may come in. So this is one way that researchers can actually use ChatGPT to recognize patterns of the keywords and use it for the benefit of your own research output. You write your paper to become more discoverable. So these are still general. Now, I believe that you probably don't know what ChatGPT is, so I have done a few research myself, limited research, but if anybody here that can share your experience using ChatGPT while performing tasks of a researcher, please share with me. Let me enrich my PowerPoint slide as well. So I have used ChatGPT to, number one, convert research data to academic paper. How wonderful would that be? You just get data from FYP student, put it in ChatGPT and ask them to write me a research paper. Can they do that? The answer is definitely no. Because why? Now AI tool, they also needs to receive a clear instruction from us. When you put data in and ask them to recognize pattern, they will give you just that, but it's just a pattern. How would you interpret it? So, ladies and gentlemen, the thing that AI tool cannot do at the moment is interpreting your data into something meaningful, something novel to the research. Yeah, this one still have to rely on the brilliance of human mind. Yeah, so I'm sorry to say there's no one tool that you can use to write your paper. No, it cannot. So it's very sad to say. I'm also equally sad because, yeah, I would like to have that tool as well. Yeah. Okay, next one. Can ChatGPT write a research paper on a particular topic? The answer is yes, and that is why. As a researcher, we actually can use ChatGPT to write a short passage up to like 500 to 600 words. Now this word limit, it's exactly suitable for news article, for bulletins, for communication. You can use that and do this simple task. However, if you want them to write a research article beyond that, like say 2,000 words or maybe 3,000 words, those are the length of a original research article. The answer is no, they cannot. ChatGPT will just stop right around 500, 600 words. It is short, but you can actually be creative. Probably you can start writing with the introduction. Write me an introduction of a certain topic. They can write, and then you continue. You can just do, just that. Now, if ChatGPT can simply write a short research article, this length also very much similar to the length of assignment that we are giving to student. So does that raise an alert? It does, because student can use this to just do the assignment that you're given to them and let you read them, and they just say, okay, this is my work. No, that is very wrong. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Yeah. Okay, next thing, what ChatGPT can do? Can they proofread? Of course, once we write a research article, when you send to an editor, once they accepted your article, they will force you to do the proofreading yourself. I did not enjoy that. Because I believe that proofreading should be the responsibility of copy editor or editors within that journal. But nowadays, they just ask us to engage freelance proofreader and pay ourselves. No, I disagree, but they did it. But here's the thing, ChatGPT can proofread. So if you want to use ChatGPT and proofread for you for free, ChatGPT can do just that. But once again, the limitation is very much the same as the one before. They can only proofread a short section up to 500 to 600 words. So you have to like do section by section, one at a time, not the entire article at one go. Yeah. Well, let me tell you one thing. The quality of the proofreading from ChatGPT is still not to my liking. I still prefer the expert to proofread for me, because like I said, the content. ChatGPT is not really a content expert. It is a word and text expert. It gives you a good text passage, but in terms of content, it does not do anything at all. Yeah. Okay, next, what ChatGPT can do? Can ChatGPT analyze and visualize data? The answer is no, even though we know AI tool can do just that, but that is not within ChatGPT. Because why? ChatGPT is an NLP. It actually get a lot of information from text and they generate text as an output. So you can't really use that and ask them to generate an image. No, they just cannot. You cannot plot a graph, but I believe you know how to plot a graph. Just go to Microsoft Excel, and even Microsoft Excel also can give you recommendation what kind of plots that you want to use suitable for your data. Yeah, so you don't need ChatGPT. ChatGPT is not for that aspect. Now the last one, perhaps the most relevant, because you and me nowadays very busy on working on a research proposal for FRGS and whatnot. So last question, can ChatGPT use for identifying gap of research? Well, I supposed to give a tick, but I give a cross. My apologies. The answer is yes. However, those gap of research, they are not really that specific. Now, when we look at gap of research, we would like to be as specific as possible and as niche as possible. While ChatGPT can give you a rough idea what you should focus on, it does not give you a specific gap of research. Well, to me, it is good enough. It gives me a confidence that I'm at the right track. So it still needs us, human, to refine and really pinpoint what are the areas that has not been discovered or studied, so that it becomes the novelty that you can put into your research proposal. So if you haven't started or you have difficulty conceiving your own proposal, ChatGPT is definitely one thing that you can explore. Yeah. Okay, credit to my good friend Dr. Kavi from UiTM Negeri Sembilan, because he is the one who told me this one. I don't even know that ChatGPT can do that one. Okay, part 4, potential ethical issues of misusing AI tools. So once again, let me see. Now, AI tools in general has generated a few concerns lately because of this, its ability to do new things that not many people know we can do. So with this new ability, human mind, sometimes we can use it for good and for evil as well. So here are the examples that it may be misused. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the things that we are learning today, not to be imitated. So please don't try, even if you know you can, but please don't. I will explain to you why later. Okay, number 1, why? Ethical issue. It's biasness. Now, we all know that AI tools, they perform based on the data that we feed them during the training process. Now, let me use ChatGPT as an example. Now, initially, ChatGPT, when it first developed and launched, it's not perfect at all. It comes out inaccurate. Whatever they want to ask them, it not only is inaccurate, sometimes the response, it's quite vulgar. It's quite rude with some very rough wording that they comes out. So they refine, and the ChatGPT that we use today is version 3. And very soon we're going to receive version 4 because of the vast users that they have. Yeah, in such a short time, they already start developing the next one. So in order to not letting some of these ethical issues like biasness occur, usually the data that a researcher feeds this AI tool, it has to be fair. It encompasses all the communities, so it's not just skewed to a certain community where it may favor some people. So this one is very much out of control. It depends on the developer itself. Yeah, but it does have a concern before this. Okay. Right, moving on to issue number 2, lack of human autonomy and transparency. Now, this one has already happened, where some authorities, people who is in power, they actually rely too much on AI tools because, like we all know, it is just a machine. It learns based on the information that we feed them. So if they fed with wrong information, they can also make us make a wrong decision. It's just like what happened in Australia. Now, so not just Australia, but that one is a very famous incident where in Australia they have like a government assistance for the poor, and in which instead of helping the poor, they were actually collecting debt from the poor itself. So there are a lot of wrong information being fed there. So they thought that the poor are not really poor. So they start claiming back the money that they have paid them for their financial assistance. So if you don't know what is this incident, I strongly encourage you to go to Google and find Robo Debt Incident. It's very famous, and Australian government got sued, yeah, by the Australian people. Okay, moving on, number 3, academic cheating. Now this one, I think all of us have known that if there is a tool that can generate text, that will be a wonder for, the dream tool for a student. And in fact, I have seen some examples on how people use ChatGPT to cheat in examination. Okay, so what this tool can do, you can just literally generate papers or essay or assignment that you give it to them, English some more. So you can say that those essay, they have no problem. No issues in terms of language. Content-wise, maybe they're a bit off, not that specific, but it does the job, right? How easy life can be of students today having ChatGPT. As if like that is an assistant for them doing their writing and their homework. Yeah, and there's also one video that I saw from YouTube on how one students use ChatGPT to answer examination. They have online examination. They just feed exactly the same question from the online exam into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT, not only they give the answer, they also describe how they get the answer. So what can we say about this one? The answer is, say goodbye to online examination. Just don't. Nowadays, everybody goes back to campus. If you still want to use online examination, I can give you one very good advice, which I did. And what I did is like I informed the student like nothing happened. Okay, tomorrow we're going to have a quiz. We're going to do it online, and the students are very happy because they think that they can do it at home. So what I did is that I rounded up in one examination hall, sit them down and tell them, okay, quiz starts now, do it in front of me. They're all stunned. They don't know what to do. Some students even sneakily takes out a second mobile device and start checking Google for answers. So yes, my fellow colleagues, please forget about online examination because it does not measure the true ability of our student. Yeah. But what we are very concerned nowadays is fake science or fake news coming from AI tool. Now, since AI tool can be so realistic in generating video, as if like the video that Dr. Anderson has used for promoting this event, it is so realistic that you think Dr. Anderson was the one who is talking, but actually it is not. That's one video. Whereas the image, you can create an image from deepfake, putting somebody's head into a certain body, and it's not real, it's fake. That also includes science. And for your information, the Committee of Ethics for Publication, COPE, based in UK, they have already started one forum talking about how AI tool can be misused in creating fake data and also fake papers. Now, if you invite me a week after, probably I can give you some insight. But yeah, it's going to happen after this seminar. So please invite me again. Maybe I can give you more insight on how people can use AI tool to create fake data. Yeah. But at the moment, what I can say to you is it is a possibility. Has it happened before? I don't know. I will need to rely on the input from that forum so that I can give you more accurate information on how this can happen. So So yeah, once again, ChatGPT, how it can be misused in academic writing, plagiarism. Like I said, student can generate a text and they can send it to you as if it's their work. Now, this is one example of plagiarism. And how this can be detected, it can be detected by a certain tool, but currently, I don't think we have a policy on that one. So at this moment, in this beginning semester, if you're into teaching language or any subjects that require students to submit assignment, please ask your resource person and also the subject matter expert on how to combat this thing, because I believe this one will come to you in the next coming semester. Many of this work will be plagiarized probably from ChatGPT because of their ability to write text passage and assignment. So you have to know how to detect it. That's number one. Okay, deception. Now, ChatGPT can be used to deceive others by generating text that appears to be written by someone else. Just like, a student. But you're going to realize that the language is too good to be true. Maybe it is. So be careful, yeah. And then and also unfair advantage. Now, while some students may be very tech savvy, they know how to use ChatGPT, some may not, especially from the rural areas. So you can see how ChatGPT can actually widen the gap of these two group of people. People who are privileged becomes even more better off than those that are underprivileged. So these are the things that we will need to try to prevent, yeah. So, okay, now, if you read carefully whatever that we have spoken just now, ChatGPT may give may have ethical issue only when there's one element, the intention to cheat. If the intention to cheat is there, then you can take action. Now, I don't dismiss that probably some students may do some innocent mistake, like for example, they may have like used ChatGPT to learn something, they copy and then they forget to paraphrase it, or maybe they forget to cite the sources. That it's very much up to us on how to detect that. But I think after this slide, I'm going to suggest some of the solutions that we can prevent this from happen. Oh yeah, before I do that, now I think this this article from Nature actually mentioned that there are several research papers already published and they listed ChatGPT as a co-author. Now, when I first read this article, I was just stunned. How can a machine becomes an author? I'm also as perplexed as you, probably. So the question that we and all myself, when I first read and I asked, isn't ChatGPT a tool? Now, how come it can be qualified as an author, a human? So these 4 articles probably is the first 4 articles in the world that actually cited and include a machine as an author, which is, personally, I don't think that is correct for this reason. Okay, now, number 1, when we are including authorship in a paper, the authors, the co-authors, must also consent and give approval so that the authors, they collaborate and they become the author. I mean the people who co-author this paper. Now, the very first thing that ChatGPT can do is giving consent. When you ask ChatGPT, do you agree to accept A as a co-author, ChatGPT will just tell you no comment. I mean, seriously, if you ask them for comment, for opinion, they will say no, they don't have comment. They just give you facts. Yeah, because this is how ChatGPT are programmed. So that, I mean, dismiss. I mean that excludes ChatGPT as a co-author. And so yeah, now the funny thing is, I already show you that ChatGPT has a competitor, Perplexity, if not mistaken the name. Can they actually work together? Of course, true enough. If you ask, do you agree? I mean, if you ask ChatGPT, do you agree to have Perplexity to co-author with them with one paper? Sure enough, they will say, I have no comment. Up to you. That is the answer. Yeah. So, final answer, please. Now, for any one of us here who are adventurous to want to include ChatGPT as your co-author, please don't, because it is not qualified at all whatsoever as a author. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I feel is that when this happened, when you look at the date, 21st of January, that was the very first time when ChatGPT was launched. And immediately after this article was published, ChatGPT was sold to a company, and then they were monetized. So to me, these 4 articles is probably a publicity stunt. To me, it was like a publicity, and because of that, it generated 1 million users in 5 days. So that is a record. I don't think any new tools can actually beat this tool in terms of the time being taken to generate 1 million users. ChatGPT certainly wanted 5 days, got 1 million users. So now this is what coming from me. I know probably you have more solutions on how to combat this ethical issue, but this is from me. Now, number one, when you have a group of students and you suspect that ChatGPT may be misused for them to write and do their homework, now you have to monitor. You have to monitor the students closely. In a way, you can check their quality before and after. And what I prefer to use is that I will ask the student to do the assignment in front of me without touching the computer. And I want to see, you can actually tell the difference because I already did. So that is one way that you can test them. Or if you really have to ask them to take home the assignment and do it themselves, we have Turnitin. Although UiTM currently do not subscribe to Turnitin, but there's one tool that you definitely can use. If you don't use Turnitin, Original can do just fine. But there's one thing that if you don't know, there is one tool that you can use to check any text passage generated by ChatGPT. The name is ZeroGPT. You can try it yourself. I tried it and it works. But I haven't tried on student assignments. So probably next time, not only we have to ask students to generate a similarity index from Original, but we also need the student to check also ZeroGPT just to let them know that we know what they're doing. Yeah. Okay. Institution could develop a clear policy and guidelines for ethical use of AI tools such as ChatGPT. New model on responsible use of AI tool can be incorporated with existing English course to educate students on the ethical implication of ChatGPT and its importance of academic integrity. Now, why do I suggest this is that now for students who just join us in the first or second semester, they were going to enroll in English language. And inside that, they already know the ethics, publication ethics, with regards to similarity index, plagiarism, they're all there. So why not just add one more module and talk about how AI tool can also be similarly incorporated? Because if you look at ChatGPT, I mean, whatever the misconduct that happens from there is most likely comes under plagiarism category. So just incorporate, yeah, no problem. But there's one thing that I think we still don't have a clear policy. Now, while plagiarism, the similarity index is less than 30% for student, there's no clear indication how much of percentage of similarity coming from ZeroGPT. There's no black and white at all at the moment. So I think probably HEA can give us more instruction and tell us, okay, what is the percentage? Is it still 30% or maybe lower? I very much put it back to HEA, yeah, because they are the one who has a say on this matter, yeah. Now, back to researchers again. Now, if you look at Turnitin, the similarity index for researcher is actually much lower than 30%. And once again, UiTM actually don't have a clear guidance. If a researcher have a high similarity index, do they punish? The answer is we don't have a clear guideline just yet. So it's very much the same like this one. Yeah. And then finally, staff, academic staff should be trained on detecting and handling student work with regards to academic misconduct involving AI tool. Now, this last point is echoing what the circular from HEA telling us to do. More training, which means that we also need to know how to use this AI tool before the student does, so that we can in a better position to detect all this misconduct. Easier said than done. Yes, because even I myself also still learning how ChatGPT can do. And you know what's the problem? Not only we are learning ChatGPT right now, and we also received the news that a new version, even more powerful version of ChatGPT, ChatGPT 4, is launching soon. God knows what they can do, but you see, we never stop learning, and that is a fact as a researcher. So with that, I want to conclude my talk by saying that, well, it's not a matter of time. It's not the matter if we want to use tool or not. It's a matter of time. We will use it sooner or later, but I think it comes much sooner than we think. So embrace AI tool for productivity. It saves time. It helps us do a lot of simple tasks for us. It is not as smart as we think. AI is still not very smart, but you definitely can use AI tool to help you doing little chores like writing a letters, writing a short passage. They can even write your abstract. How nice is that? I believe you have trouble doing your own abstract, especially for FRGS, and AI can do just that for you. Okay, so use that to improve your skill. Don't rely on AI tools too much, because soon enough we may become addicted. It's just like drug dependency. When you are so comfortable and so enjoying the effects coming from drug, AI can also do the same thing, because it's so good that you cannot live without it. Now imagine that you don't have an AI tool. Will you be able to function? That will be unimaginable. Imagine an engineer who performs really well with ChatGPT, and suddenly they don't have this technology, and they're in the middle of ocean. They need to do something. I mean, these are the things that we need to be mindful, especially for students. When students use ChatGPT, fine, use it as an assistant. Use that to learn new things, but do not use it to do our job. No, that is not supposed to happen. Okay, AI tools is not perfect, as we all know, and may sometimes generate errors or miss important issues. So be careful. They are not perfect, and you have to always tell this to yourself. AI is assisting. Ultimately, we are the boss who make the final decision. Still us, yeah, not AI. Opportunities for AI use in publishing are increasing at high rate and bring with new challenges as well as ethical questions that must be considered. We are still learning what AI tools can do, as well as how AI tools can be misused for cheating. So I open this for you and me. Okay, if you do have any concerns, or if you know a few tricks, please let me know, because we also need to compile this information so that we can report it up there and give our management accurate information of what AI is about and how it can be misused, so that we can better plan our policy. So with that, I would like to show you now, being head of publication and ethics unit, it's just natural for me to show you all these these journals that we have and publish in UiTM. So it's still early for you to write something. It's still enough time to achieve the publication KPI for this year. So these are the journals that you can send your journals to. MySide, 35, we have them. So these are the titles. So I would like to highlight Esteemed Journal of Social Science and Humanities. It is indexed in MySide, so please grab this opportunity. Dr. Anderson can certainly help you in a few ways, as well as Dr. Hashim as well, Dr. Fazil also. And if you really need to publish index journals, you can actually try Asian Journal of University Education, Management Accounting Review. Those are social science. And if you're into engineering, mechanical engineering, Journal of Mechanical Engineering, probably you can try your luck. So with that, Thank you very much. So I return the screen back to you, Dr. Anderson.
Thank you, Dr. Young, for the informative session about the ethics in AI applications. So I believe this is the first time. I believe the world community is about start to have guidelines on how to use AI applications in academic writing. So here we have few questions, Dr. Young. So maybe you can address them. Okay, so we have question here from, I think, Dr. Sharul Fitri. Okay, hi, doctor. Is there any ways lecturers can detect, okay, the ChatGPT usage in assignment? I heard there are some ways on detecting it.
Okay, so to answer that question, I believe in my later PowerPoint slide and presentation, I already mentioned Zero GPT is one, but I believe they probably in development. I believe Turnitin is in a great effort to develop their own detection tool. So let's wait. If there are new tools that we can use, I'll definitely share with you. But currently, it's still Zero GPT. Yeah?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Yong. Actually, I think later on I will share some of the detection tools that we can use. Okay, I think there's one we call Hive moderation. I think I heard that it's better than the ChatGPT Zero. Okay, so maybe after this I will share a bit on that tools. Okay, so the next question, Dr. Yong. Hi, sir. Are the sources or references produced by the ChatGPT real? I asked ChatGPT to produce references on a specific topic that is available on Google Scholar. But searching again to double check, these were not available on Google Scholar.
Well, now that is also surprising for me because I thought that ChatGPT draws their output, their answers from a vast database that they are connected to. So to return a reference that is non-existent, that also surprised me because they should have drawn it from somewhere. So that actually echoes what we have discussed earlier. It's not perfect, and sometimes they can give you some information out of nowhere. But to answer that question, I believe maybe it exists. It's just we probably haven't find it. But if it does proven that the reference is non-existent, I think I would like to know. Please send the reference to me. I would like to search for myself as well, because to me I thought ChatGPT is not that flawed. It should be. I mean, it should be found those reference. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At least to me, ChatGPT is not capable of creating fake reference. At least, yeah.
So there's an issue on the reference side, Dr. Yong. So maybe I can ask a bit of question from my side. So in terms of the creativity, don't you think that the ChatGPT, the tag is too like robotic? It's not like, you know, like we human, we tend to have this creativity when we write our academic writing. What is your opinion on that? Yeah.
I'm not sure whether to say this is fortunate or unfortunate. ChatGPT, to me, they are still not its full capability. Because from the way they created the short text passages, I thought this is very undergrad level. It's not the expert level just yet. But if you ask me, is there any AI tools that can reach that level? I very much believe that tool exists. It's just probably haven't been launched and is not yet accessible by us. I believe that AI tool exists. In terms of creativity, ChatGPT can give us a certain very generalized new ideas that we possibly can dig further out as humans. But you see, AI tools in publication, they're not really that creative, I would say. However, if you look at in music, I understand that there's one tool that you actually can throw in a few musics and that tool can actually merge and play around with it and give you new music. So in terms of music industry, they already have an AI tool to create new music for them. But coming back to academic publication, it's still very much depending on us, our creativity to give, I mean, the value, I mean, in terms of novelty of a research article. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Young. So I think we have here just like information from Dr. Muhammad Izani. Okay, so he mentioned that I have tried and realized bibliography generated by ChatGPT were not reliable, plus the DOIs given normally do not exist. Please be careful. So we can see that our audience started to try the ChatGPT. So I think we should proceed with cautions, okay, when we use ChatGPT for academic writing. So I think in terms of the pro and cons, so how can we leverage on the AI tools and without like taking the risk? Dr. Yong, do you have any suggestion on this? Because
Okay.
I don't see any guidelines, like proper guidelines from the RMC for UiTM. So is it any? Will be future guidelines for our writers?
Oh, now at the moment, our guidelines is very general. It's very much the same with all the publication ethics that we all know coming from COPE. So it's very much the same. Like I said, if there's any misuse, I would believe that the students will be the main concern to me. Now, when it comes to high-level deception, involving researcher, that also has happened before, like image manipulation. That if some of the audience here may have heard from my talk from IPSIS related to publication ethics, I have already shown a few examples of how images can be doctored using AI technology. So that has happened a long time ago. So once again, it's still on the intent of deception. And to be frank with you, Dr. Anderson, it's very hard to catch. It's very hard to prove this kind of high-level deception because, like I said, they can claim innocence by saying they don't know. But some people did get caught, and they suffer greatly. Now, taking one example, let's say we are in an age when plagiarism was rampant. I mean, 10 or 15 years ago, when plagiarism was so rampant, nobody knows how to deal with it. And before the creation of Turnitin, everybody is plagiarizing. You can say that. But you see, when technology comes back and has the ability to detect these things, that was when a few prominent researchers got caught up. So I won't mention the name. And when they did this plagiarism before, and after 8 years, then come Turnitin, and everything comes to light. So when we do some misconduct today and it's not detectable, doesn't mean that we can escape. Because when the tool is created to detect all this misdeed, it will come back to us greatly. So please, if you felt like there is a certain element of ethical misconduct, please always check with your colleagues whether this practice is ethical or not. And like I said, we also still learning the new things that researchers or high-level scammers would like to do using AI tools. We don't know. We are still learning. So if you have concern, always contact me, RMC. Then we probably can give you a more accurate advice. Because like I said, I mean, these are so new that we are still learning. Even actually COPE still learning how AI tools can be misused. They are also learning. So it's just like you and me. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Young. Another question, Dr. Young, from I think our guest here, Ms. Sadia Zulfikar. Okay, hello, sir. Do you think due to any AI tools, they will reform or change or enhance the academia in future?
The answer is definitely yes. Now, to me, ChatGPT is a very wonderful tool to me because I need a lot of assistance to do some simple works, writing letters, writing abstract, and whatnot. It is much more better than Wikipedia. For students, Wikipedia is like a wonderful portal to do their assignment. Now this is even better, ChatGPT. So this is how I felt. Now we have to embrace this technology to enhance our skill set and not depress. Not to depress learning by over relying on AI tool. So that is my biggest message to all of us. Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Young. Another question I think I get from the message here. So in terms of the similarity, because in plagiarism we have the similarity index, right? So normally we have this 30%, below 30%. So do you think like we should have some guidelines in terms of the text written by human should be around what percentage? For example, like similarity index should be, below 30%. So how about the AI tools? So should we have like guidelines mentioning that we should have below 40% AI generated text? Is it possible, or is it, what do you think about that?
Okay, I felt it's not only just possible, it is a requirement. But I myself, under TNCPI, I have no say on, I have no jurisdiction over HEA because those so-called percentage of similarity index coming from AI tool or ChatGPT, they are the one who have a final say, not me. So maybe let's hope that there are some representative from Office of Academics so that they can propose to us. Give us better guidelines. The percentage, because I also asking the same question as well.
Okay, Dr. Young. So I think, let me check the question box here, whether we have any more questions from the audience. Any question for the audience? I think you can, if you guys want to speak using the mic, I think the mic is on already. You can turn on the mic if you don't want to use the chat box. Any questions from the audience? Okay, I don't think there's any more questions, Dr. Young. So maybe we have a photo session together before we end the session. Dr. Young, I think, please, everyone, the audience, can you turn on the camera for the photo sessions? Dr. Suhaila, are you here? You can take the photo for us.
Okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more. One, two, three. Okay. One more. And last one, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.